Hi, guys. I wanted to pop in today and just talk about something that is on my mind, which is ADHD and how that affects life and business, fitness, and the pursuit of your Orthodox Christian life. So, ADHD, for people that don't know, is something where you get really, really intensely interested in a subject matter for a certain period of time. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a couple of years. And then dramatically move to something else right away and then get really, really into that, almost like an addiction to a new subject matter. You get really, really into that for a certain period of time and then move on. So I have this. So I have experience in watching myself over the years. I've only received information about myself having this for maybe the past 4, but it's really been eye-opening. I think ADD or ADHD has been beneficial in a lot of ways. The adrenaline that is received from picking up a new source of information or starting a new business or starting a new fitness routine can be really exciting and really helpful. You're basically addicted to this new subject. But after a while, that addiction or that adrenaline rush starts to fade, and there is a little bit of a dip in dopamine levels. So there's a little bit of a depression once that adrenaline has been exhausted. So what I wanted to talk about is that while it can be good to use that ADHD to read a new book or to build a new website or to start a new marketing campaign or to watch a new movie that you've never seen, there's real depression involved in ADHD. And I'm not a mental health professional. This is just my personal experience. But it is a real thing to be really, really excited and then pretty depressed. And I think the beauty of Orthodoxy, adding this component to your life, whether you have ADHD or not, is so crucial because it teaches us that we all have a cross to bear. And that looks totally different for everyone. Mental health for me is a really precious thing to make sure we are on and make sure we're taken care of. With Orthodoxy, understanding that if there is a mental condition that you have or an emotional condition, something like ADHD, where you are prone to have these bouts of excitement and then depression, it shows that this is something that we can bear with the help of the church or with a prayer life. So I guess I just kind of wanted to say that although it looks sometimes on social media that we can be thriving in a certain area, that we are, pummeling our way through a book, or we are really nailing it when it comes to fitness or whatever goals we have in life, there are also big dips of times where it's very quiet and it just seems almost excruciating between different addictions, if you will. Orthodoxy makes it so that we can hold on to something in between. We can hold on when we realize that pursuing your fitness goal is not ultimately going to give you what your soul is craving. That adrenaline rush is not sustainable and it's not something that lasts. Whether you are super fit, once you get there to that super fit goal or whatever it is, you realize that that is not the end all be all. And it can be very depressing when you get there to realize that once you achieve that goal, you're not yet fulfilled. And then that comes with that depression, right? Or let's say you're building a business and you're so excited because, yes, you've never built a business before. You're going to be able to provide for yourself. This is amazing. You have clients and it's this huge rush. And then once you get there and you start making money and you start having clients and you see yourself building a website, you again realize that there is more to life. It's not just having your own business that's going to make you happy. And again, that can be another dip in adrenaline or just emotionally draining to realize that you still haven't gotten there. It can also be travel. I used to be a travel agent and I kept traveling the world and it was just such a rush. Every new country I went to, and I went to a lot of places, gorgeous places, 5-star hotels, and just I thought that I had made it, or I was making it. And then there's a certain point where you realize that traveling the world and staying in 5-star hotels is still not it. Your soul still needs something. So I think that my experience personally is due to this ADHD, where I've always felt a need to really strive to, let's go down this route. Let's go down this route. But ultimately, my soul was really craving God. With orthodoxy, finding orthodoxy has helped the ADHD even out. So I still obviously have it. If I find a new book or a new subject, I am so excited. But with this spirituality that I have now in my back pocket, it's much easier to slow down and to recognize that no avenue of pursuit, whether it's intellectual or emotional or movement-based, whatever it is, whatever route you're going down for the adrenaline rush of the day with your ADHD, nothing is ultimately going to fulfill you other than the quiet of a connection with Christ. And there's no way to get there quickly. It's built over time. And so I think the best remedy for ADHD is orthodoxy, because it forces you to slow down. And it also gives you a perspective to realize that all of these pursuits that you have been pursuing your whole life are, even though they are wonderful and they add to your life, they are not ultimately fulfilling. And the only thing that can is a connection with Christ and a pursuit of the Orthodox faith. And it's a slow relationship building process. It's as if, you meet someone, you don't immediately have that close connection. You have to work towards it and meet the other person, and they meet you, and then you come back to that. That's how it is. It's a slow commitment. So I guess this video is kind of just for other people who have ADHD, that it can be kind of a roller coaster ride of trying new things and then getting really, really excited, thinking that this is it, this is amazing. And then once there's a point that you reach that it's just like, oh, it's really, okay, well, that's fine, but that's not it. And then there's this depression. So with putting orthodoxy on top of the whole thing, it just kind of levels out your life. It's really almost the best medicine for ADHD. So for those of you who haven't pursued orthodoxy, I would highly recommend going to your nearest Orthodox church, getting some Orthodox material. It's really helpful just to put a little bit of perspective on your life and to understand that the highs that you get with ADHD are just that. They're highs. They're not real. As well as the lows that you get when you dip into depression, when that high is worn off, that's also not real. The real is somewhere in between. And it's with pursuing your spiritual life with Christ. So I hope that helps. I hope you guys are having a good April, and I hope you had a nice fast, and I will talk to you guys soon. That's all I got. Bye.